Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite books. This book by James Clear called Atomic Habits came to me about 5 years ago. I was going through a little bit of a challenging phase in my life. I had a 6-month-old at home and I was between jobs and I was kind of just looking for a little bit of help to kind of get things going for myself career wise, personally, looking to make some changes. And so I was recommended Atomic Habits, and it became one of my favorite and most impactful books that I had read. And I read it again recently, just a few weeks ago. And it was amazing how much of what I read initially the first time had actually stuck with me, and the things that I continually implemented over the past 5 years, which really helped me out. And there's a lot of really fundamental things in this book that I believe could help anybody, regardless of what you're going through in your life. If you're really happy with where you are, it can make things even better. Or if you're struggling, there's a lot of great tools that can be used to kind of just help you form better habits, and that will lead to better results with whatever your goals are. So, with the fundamentals of Atomic Habits, the title of the book kind of sums it up nicely. And atomic habits can be kind of regarded in two ways. Not only are they small habits that are easy to implement in your life, they're also habits that can link together to build better results. So the Atomic Habits title really works in those two senses. The book itself starts out really strongly and it's kind of front loaded. I think even if you read the first third of the book or so, you're getting the majority of the information, and the rest of it is just there to kind of reinforce and provide more examples, which is fantastic. It's a great read throughout, but you'll really get the gist of it by just reading maybe the first half or the first third. So one of the takeaways that I really got from the book is about how goals are a lot less important than the systems that you put in place to achieve those goals. And it becomes very obvious once you start to form your habits around systems instead of goals. And it applies to everything. Like if you have fitness goals or if you have weight loss or nutrition goals, anybody who's tried dieting with having that number in mind of like, I need to lose this much weight, will understand once they get started that it's much more about the process, and you have to be willing to make lifestyle changes instead of just going on a diet to achieve a goal. It applies to everything else in your life that you want to do. The system is everything. One of the great quotes from the book is, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And I found that to be incredibly true. And it's something that I try to keep in mind when planning goals for myself. That's often the inspiration, but then the way to get there is by building the system. And so that's going to define whether it's successful or not. One of the other fundamental things about the book is about transforming your identity. So you have to, if you want to change an outcome in your life, sometimes you have to change the identity that you hold about yourself. And habits can be a good way to do that. And one cool strategy is to say, what kind of person do I want to be, and what would that person do? So if you want to get into working out, then what would a fit person do? A fit person would go to the gym today, and you make that your identity. You have to kind of transform yourself, and it's extremely powerful. Like you can really change your entire life by just changing the way that you think about yourself first, and the actions will follow. It's amazing, and it just goes to show the power of mindset and how our thoughts and our beliefs can shape the world around us. It sounds a little bit abstract to some at the beginning, but it's really effective. If you can change the way that you think about yourself and your identity, and then let your actions follow that, the results can be incredible. So I think the meat of the book is really based around this framework that James Clear refers to as the 4 laws of behavior change, which can work both to create new habits and also break old habits. So extremely useful for anyone who wants to form new habits to improve their lives, or break bad habits that have been holding them back or impacting them in a negative way. So the 4 laws of behavior change are based on what the author refers to as the habit loop, which consists of a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. So the 4 laws would be to make it obvious. If you want to go to the gym, put your gym bag next to the door so that you see it when you're about to step out of the house. Make it attractive. So link something that you enjoy to a new habit so that you reinforce the positive aspect of it. If you love listening to music or if you love listening to podcasts, do that while you're working out to make it more enjoyable. Make it easy. Do everything that you can to remove boundaries restricting you from achieving those new habits. Remove any friction from your life. Make it as easy as possible. And finally, make it satisfying. Reward yourself for achieving the habit, for doing it consistently. And the rewards don't have to be anything extravagant. It could be as much as putting a check mark on your calendar once you accomplish something, or keeping a journal or a diary where you log every time you accomplish that habit. Sometimes those can be enough to keep you motivated and keeping yourself accountable for the things that you do. All of these rules work in reverse also for people who want to eliminate bad habits. Make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying. So if you apply all of these things in reverse, it's a very, very powerful way to remove all of the stimuli that can cue the bad habits and really make it a lot easier to break them without having to rely purely on willpower, because that, as powerful as that can be, it can only take you so far. And why put yourself through the strain of using 100% willpower when you can implement tools that can reduce the temptation and make it a lot easier to kick whatever bad habit it is that you're trying to quit. So needless to say, I highly recommend this book. And one of the other great things about James Clear and his work is that he sends out a newsletter every Thursday. It's called 321. It has 3 ideas, 2 quotes, and 1 question, I believe. And honestly, it's one of the best newsletters that I've ever signed up to. I've been receiving it for years at this point, and I look forward to reading through it every week. It's so great, very quick and easy to digest, and just has a lot of powerful information. So, if you're not ready to jump into the book, I would suggest signing up for the newsletter, because there's often little ideas from the book that he presents in those emails. And honestly, you won't be disappointed. It's great. It's a really great little reminder every week for certain points that you may not be thinking about consistently. And yeah, it's just like a little energizer every week, a little a little gift in your mailbox to kind of keep you motivated and keep you on the right track. So I highly recommend checking that out. And honestly, Atomic Habits, I give it a 5-star review. It's a terrific book. It's really fundamental for anybody who's looking to improve their lives and make changes. I think there's great tools in there for whatever stage of life you're in. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Until next time, this is my channel. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I will probably be posting more book reviews in the near future. I have quite a little library that I would like to revisit and reread, and so I'll probably be talking about some of those. And if you have any book suggestions for me, leave them down in the comments. I'm always looking for new great reads. I love reading. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Until next time, be well.